Top tips for preparing for a marathon. There are so many competing aspects of your running that you need to focus on when training for a marathon. It can be a bit of a confusing minefield. Should you focus on your weekly training volume or nutrition or strength training or cross training? Then there's other questions you might ask yourself before you even begin your marathon training. What type of workouts are best for you as a marathon runner? How do you avoid injury during the marathon training program? How long should your marathon training program be? Do you need to train your mental toughness? How do you do this? Where do you even start with mental toughness training? There's so many questions you can ask yourself, before, during and after marathon training. And to be clear, I can't answer every single marathon question in the next 15 minutes. So to help add some clarity and to help you begin your marathon training process, here's my top 5 tips for preparing for a marathon. Tip number 1: build your training up gradually and more importantly, patiently. One of the most important lessons the marathon will teach you is the importance of patience for an adult. The magic word that begins with P isn't please, it's patience. We need to be patient in so many different parts of modern life. In marathon running, it's no exception. Be patient with your body. Patient with the build-up of your program and be patient with yourself in general. In marathon running, as in life, patience really is a virtue. Everything feels easier and more fun when you add a sprinkle of patience. Try to avoid getting greedy and impatient with your training. Don't rush the program. And generally, trust the process. Try to avoid training where you want to be and focus on training where you are currently. Tip 2: the long runs are not the marathon program. Forget what you think you know about long runs. Marathon training is not simply about running longer and seeing how far you can go. Endurance is obviously important for marathon running, but the total weekly volume and consistency are far more important than the length of your weekend long run. To back this up, some of the greatest runners on the planet stress less focus on long runs and more focus on weekly consistency. Camille Herron, Yannis Kouros, both discuss consistency and avoiding the super long run as the main focus in your training. Too much focus on the long runs creates fatigue and stress and doesn't improve your overall fitness. In a nutshell, focusing too much on the long run distance will drive you crazy. And it certainly will not make you fitter to focus on just the long runs. Tip 3: rest and recovery is incredibly important. The best runners are the best resters. Learn to de-stress, relax and lower your cortisol. This will reduce the risk of injury and help maintain consistency and fun throughout your program. One of the best methods for reducing stress is cross-training. My favorites are walking, ocean swimming and yoga. Make lowering your stress and increasing your recovery a focus in your training, and this will make you a marathon running superstar. Tip 4: hills are your friends. I live in Manly where we are surrounded by hills. It's a great place to train because the hills give you more value from each of your runs. Hills will help you build running efficiency and leg strength. Hills are a great way to trick your body into getting fitter and stronger. Manly Beach Running Club try to include hills in all our runs. We do a small hill on Mondays. Hills along the coastline on Wednesday to curl. Hill repeats on Friday and a run around the hills at North Head on Sundays. Hills are friends with benefits. Be a hill seeker and a thrill seeker. Tip 5: join a running club. This last one is a little self-serving, but it's the reason I started Manly Beach Running Club over 10 years ago. Here at Manly Beach Running Club, we are a marathon runner factory. We've helped hundreds of athletes run their first marathon, and we've got a very long list of athletes that have trained with us and run a huge PB. When you join Manly Beach Running Club, you immediately surround yourself with experienced marathon runners and coaches that can help you learn all the ins and outs of marathon running. Simply put, we have the answers to your questions. Immerse yourself in the sport. Take the plunge, and before you know it, you'll be crossing that marathon finish line with a huge new PB. In the world of marathon running, the advice is simple. If you want to run a race, run a 5 kilometers. If you want to experience a different life, run a marathon. No matter how fast or what time you cross that marathon finish line, it will change your life forever. Let's do this. Any questions? Comment below with your marathon training questions and I'll get back to you with some answers for more marathon training tips and tricks. Like and subscribe to Manly Beach Running Club. Happy running!